Aforementioned Disability. A large set of unfinished stories. Part 7. Twylacorn, God of the Future, with 336 words. Cream ceiling. Royal floor. It was as if yesterday that Twilight would bow her head at the very princess that gave her everything. Such memories that would delight from long ago. Never had she realized how much easier existence was before everything was put onto her shoulders. She remembered herself without wings, without a care in the world. Now it's all so usual, yet so different. Overseeing and keeping Equestria in order was breathtakingly hard. Even with her analytically strong brain wasn't enough to quell the chaos that spelled in ponies' hearts. Sitting on the same seat she used to admire of grace, perfection, and most of all, the power. The throne room was the same since she was just a little filly first stepping through its corridors. How insane that ponies have lived and died through this old castle, giving their life and servitude to serving and protecting the royalty inside. Her home for much time and many days of being alive. Such time has given an odd aching feeling of one being in old age. Back rickety, bones tired, skin stretchy, all these feelings inside an immortally young body gives a feeling of oddity. Amid the pondering of a goddess forlorn in her duties, Twilight was awaiting the glistening sun to be levitated up. The duty of interchanging from night to day is an ancient duty that has been done by her predecessor for so long. Twilight could remember seeing her old mentor flying through the night sky to bring the precious sun to where it belonged, and was eager to see it in this moment. The goddess got up and trotted towards the window left of her throne. She stared through the night and saw the rising sun illuminating its head onto the world. Watching and smiling, her sight caught hold of a rather familiar form that gave a nostalgic fever all over her body. Soon the sun rose from its dreaming womb of space and was enriching everything with its light. Pinkamenafic, with 296 words. Such a vacant space, smelling of decaying blood and having no trace of any light. The darkness was so unbearably dark, as if living inside an empty black hole. A sudden groan, and then there was a loud bang of metal crashing into the floor. A squeaking came up in the quiet silence of the room. A little flame sprung out from a glass lamp atop of an old wooden table, splattered with traces of blood and pieces of bone. A disheveled maned pink pony turned the tiny turner on the glass lamp, growing the fire until there was enough light to see comfortably. Pinkamena grunted, applying her strength on the table to set herself some stability. She breathed hastily, the air so cold in the air that it chilled her lungs. She picked up the metal handle of the bright lamp with her mouth and searched her familiar surroundings. The first thing that caught her eye was the open toolbox that was filled with her instruments of horrible decapitation and general monstrosity. A few differing knives of different purposes and hammers for breaking down matter were scattered across the floor. She first picked up the toolbox and set it atop of the table, setting it upright where leaving its top open. She went towards the floor and picked up the first knife's base to eye point. The reflection of the blade showcased her somber self, with a splotch of crusted red covering where her eye would be. She picked up the rest of the scattered blades and hammers, placing them in its allotted place. Leaving the toolbox in its place, Pinkamena looked around her room to notice her bed, locker, shovel, and refrigerator situated where they would always be in the little cabin she was in.